All right, Richard, if you could unmute your line and tell us about MyStream.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm here. Well, what we really thought we've created is kind of the next revolution in music experience and exposure. So, you know, uh, essentially it started with something that I wanted to use. I was traveling with my friends, and I wanted to hear the music that my friend was playing, and if we were able to get a shared car on the train, that'd be great because we would play it out of portable speakers, and we'd all get to listen to it. But as soon as we couldn't find a car on our train, we'd all be back to our own iPods, limited selection, and that was before the iPhone. But I just started to think, if wireless headphones exist, if splitters exist, if portable speakers exist, why can't I hear what my friend is playing while I'm with him while he's playing it? It makes sense to me. And then I thought, hey, if you had a buy now button to the listeners, then you're not only are you increasing exposure to new music, but you're increasing the likelihood of someone purchasing that music. So I kind of just kept thinking about it, and then finally the iPhone came out, and it seemed like it was actually an opportunity. So about a year and a half ago, I found Joe Cerisi, who has been a CTO for 20 years now, and he really just kind of got excited about the idea and was fully behind it. And so essentially I kind of inherited his a team of developers that I've been working on this with since June of 2010. And now we've got a live functioning app that, you can go back for a second, actually. We have a live functioning app, but I guess on this slide you can see, we've also built out all of our marketing materials. So, no matter where you come across us, whether it's, through our landing page or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, you'll realize that there's a lot behind what looks like a simple product.
So, Richard, we need to understand what the product does. I don't think anybody understands what you do.
Okay, so I guess essentially at its most basic form, it's a multi-directional wireless headphone splitter. So I could play a song that I have on, I could play any song, podcast, unprotected audiobook that I have on my device, on my iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad. And as long as you are within Bluetooth range of me or on the same Wi-Fi network as me, I will show up to you with what I'm playing. You can click on me, connect to me, and hear what I'm playing as I play it. And you have a buy now button to be able to purchase what I'm playing if you like it. And since you can use Bluetooth.
So what are the expectations in terms of who has what so let's look at a use case. You and I are traveling on the train, and you are playing something on your iPhone, and you have a Bluetooth a headphone that you're listening to music with, and I have a Bluetooth your phone, I guess, and but I need to also have an iPhone.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't need to have Bluetooth headphones. The Bluetooth is what connects the two devices. So you just have everyone has the regular headphones plugged into their own device, and Bluetooth connects the two phones, and it actually works on more than a one-to-one basis. It works on a one-to-group basis. So I could be with 4 of my friends, and I could play something, and 4 friends could connect wirelessly to hear what I'm playing as I play it, and everyone hears it in their own, regular plugged-in headphones. So, essentially our slogan is share your music, not your headphones. The use case. Anytime you see someone on the train with one earbud in their ear and one earbud in their friend's ear, now you can play it on your own device. They can hear it at the same time as you on their own device, and now you don't have to share headphones.
What kind of customer validation have you got?
Right now, we have over 30,000 users in over 90 countries with essentially no marketing thus far. It's really just been based off of people wanting to write about us. Just in August, we were called an awesome app by Rolling Stone. Just last month, we were in Details magazine as one of 3 music apps to download now.
And what about
Spotify?
what is the business model? So by the way, this is not really a PR exposure kind of opportunity. This is, as you can see, this is a different forum. It's a forum for business strategy discussion. So if you could keep the discussion on your business strategy, what is the business model of your company?
So right now we've left it as, so we get a commission off of song purchases through it. We have an ad banner within the app, but we also intend eventually to charge for it. So right now, since it's free, we're really pre-revenue. But once we, essentially add the download fee, I really even see it being, music being the driving factor. Everyone likes to share music, and a lot of the time, you can only really force someone to listen to what you want them to listen to when you're with them. And right now, there's no other solution that can do what we do.
So what is the validation on the business model? Have you been able to charge the 5% commission on songs purchased? Hello?
The phone call got dropped. Give me 1 second.
Welcome to your conference, powered by Ring 2. One moment, please.
You should be back.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Dropped off, yes. I was asking, have you been able to validate this assumption that this 5% commission on all songs purchased?
Yes, the song commission is already there. The revenue from advertising is already there because we use an Apple iAd drop-in, which eventually we can replace by serving our own ads and getting 100% of the ad revenue. And numerous reviews have said it's worth money, but no, we've never actually we've kept it free from the beginning just to try to grow our user base. As opposed to try to extract the fee at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Keep going.
Okay, so our potential customers are really anyone that enjoys listening to music or podcasts or audiobooks or stand-up comedy and sharing that audio with the friends that they're with. Right now, there exist multi-directional headphone splitters where you could plug in to a device and connect 4 headphones to that one, wire, and those cost $20. MyStream does the same thing, except it's wireless. Wouldn't take up any room in your pocket, so you always have it. All listeners have a buy now button, and it can support more users. And lastly, it'll cost 1/10 the price. So for $1.99 instead of $20, you can get even more functionality. Although we see, so the target demographic, although we see it, useful for, 2 35-year-olds going for a run or a husband and wife by the pool with an audiobook, the people that are most sharing music and we think will be the fastest adopters to this technology are 13 to 25, high school through college. And some of the immediate uses we see are, kind of on the bus ride to or from school sharing your favorite band, in the library, at a college quad, going for a run, any type of traveling, hanging out at the beach or pool where you don't really have access to speakers.
Okay.
And so the market analysis, to date, there have been over 200 million compatible iOS devices sold, which is obviously, growing every day. And there have actually been over 130 million Android devices. Over the next 6 months, we plan to expand to the Android, thus doubling our potential user base. And we also work even better over Wi-Fi, which is why we like to point out the statistics in increasing Wi-Fi traffic, because right now using MyStream, one person could put on a playlist and 20 people could connect to that person and hear what they're playing at the same time. So I don't know if you've ever heard of these silent discos that kids have, where everyone dances around hearing music in their own headphones. Well, now, using only iPhones, iPod Touches, iPads, a Wi-Fi network, and one person's playlist, anyone can have that anywhere.
Okay. What do you think is the total available market from a bottom-up market analysis point of view?
I mean, you know, right now Shazam has over 150 million downloads. I think we're a little bit similar to Shazam in that it's really kind of only useful mobilely, because it's not really something you're going to want to use at your desktop. It's not something that you're going to want to use every day, but it does have its kind of unique music applications. So, I mean, really the high end, obviously, would be, you know, this is what everyone uses essentially as a headphone splitter. And, you know, you get to kind of the Shazam level at 100.
But how big is the headphone splitter market?
As far as a solid, as far as the actual device, I mean, it's probably
I'm
30
asking
million.
about, do you know how to do bottom-up market sizing analysis?
I mean, I do understand what you're saying. I'm not sure the annual sales of headphone splitters right now.
I would try to find that out, because that's really the market that you're trying to play into somehow. At least
right. I mean, well,
mm-hmm.
I mean, we also built it to scale. So, you know, right now we start with our primary use, but, you know, it is compatible with 3G and 4G. So, you know, everyone could be their own walking radio station. The only difference with that.
Everyone could be, but everyone will not be. Like, this is just not something that a lot of people will be doing. There are some segment of people who will be doing it, that this fits into their modus operandi, their usage patterns, but it's not something everybody will be doing. So we need to understand at a much more granular level, what exactly is the total available market for this. So
right. No, I do understand.
Go ahead and ask your questions. Let's look at your questions and see where.
Right. So, you know, right now, we're in a unique position where, you know, we're useful for two people to use instead of, you know, it's very different from, you know, say Angry Birds, where you can enjoy it by yourself. You know, since it creates a new kind of shared experience, you know, how do you think that should affect how we market it?
Well, I think one of the things you're doing, from what I can tell, you're doing effectively is getting written up about, getting PR, and especially guerrilla PR. That would be one of the best ways for you to get your concept out there, because it's a concept that people need to understand how it works and how it plays. And then there are a bunch of app search engines and stuff where, you know, reviews and rating sites where you want to be reviewed. So those are ways you can get your word out there. Other than that, I would understand how headphone splitters are marketed. I would do a lot of research on how they're marketing headphone splitters. Is there a Google search stream around headphone splitters and stuff like that, and then try to align my marketing strategy with that.
Makes sense. I guess so. My next question was, you know, since we've kept it free, you know, it kind of, the two questions are kind of one question. You know, how do you know when's best to switch over to a paid model, and you know, what's more important? You know, extracting that download fee, or you know, if we made $60,000 so far from charging $1.99 for the download, you know, would that, you know, is that more important than having, you know, X number of users?
See, personally, I like companies that monetize. I'm not a huge fan of companies that have to run a lot of red ink for extended periods of time and not monetize. So if you are already charging $1.99 per download and you were able to generate $60,000 from 30,000 customers, I much prefer that model than trying to get 1 million users free of charge, and then you have to foot that bill yourself, which is very difficult to do. then you have to immediately, you're dependent on outside funding and all that. But if you have a model where people are paying for your products, you're offering value, if people are paying for your products and you're able to support your operation through cash flow generation, revenue generation, I'd much prefer that model.
That makes sense.
So the two questions are exactly right. There is one question. I think you are already doing the right thing of actually charging now, as opposed to waiting to generate a bunch of free customers and then charging later.
Right. I mean, well, like I kind of said before, we kind of really think that it'll be music that leads it to spread. So not so much there's this cool app I want you to download, but if one of two people who would find it useful know about it, if I'm with my friend and I have it and I want to play him a song, I'd say, oh, do you have my stream? Oh, if not, download it. And it's such a marginal fee to be able to use it for so long. What we really see is it's at such a low price point that it really only needs to be marginally useful, and considering the potential market is 300 plus million devices, even 1% is 3 million. So
I think you can. Yeah, I would keep going the way you're going. Using guerrilla marketing and just generating cash straight away instead of waiting and doing any kind of freemium. I prefer what you're doing than doing a freemium model.
Gotcha.
Great.
And then I guess thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you have another question?
The last thing I would want to say was, we also have some really significant technology, in the application. We put server technology on a device, on a mobile device level, and not only is each user in our network, their own server, which is part of the way we differ from these other streaming music services. But each user in the network is simultaneously a client and a server.
Mm-hmm.
So we also enable playlist sharing, where I could go into your device and play anything that you have in your playlist, and you could simultaneously go into mine and play anything that I have in my playlist. And in that form of network communications, which is also patent pending, each user is simultaneously acting as both a client and a server, and that doesn't exist outside of our app as far as we've researched and as far as we can tell. And so, is there any way you would recommend to kind of play that up? I mean, we don't want to really broadcast that because it is, a trade technology that, we have pending, but
well, you have
it is
to,
kind of very serious.
my recommendation would be to get the customers in with your basic value proposition of headphone splitting. Basically is the value proposition that you're offering at a much lower price point in a much more elegant way. I would get the customers in with that and then introduce them gradually to the other functionality to keep them in. Basically, it's you said a $1.99 subscription for a year or a quarter, a month. What's the subscription model?
I mean, right now Apple doesn't have it set up to rent, although they are kind of, it looks like they may open up that model. But no, it would just be kind of like a purchase price once you buy it.
It's a purchase price, okay. Okay. So then the other thing you could do, you need to do some market testing, is introduce the additional functionality as an upgrade, as an upsell to the customers that you bring in and sell to those customers.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
All right.